In Inquiry 9.3, we're going to be making molds and casts to form fossils. The first step that the students did was to pick out one of the shells. They could have chosen any of the size or shape shell that they liked. If they chose a small one, they got to choose 2 shells. Now, each student received a ball of Play-Doh. And what we're going to do now is we're going to spread out the Play-Doh in the bottom of your cup. It only has to be wide enough for your shell to fit on it. It doesn't have to be as wide as the whole cup, but it does need to be spread out wide enough that your shell, don't make it too thin either. Don't make it too thin. Just make it wide enough. That's way too wide for your little shell. You can make yours thicker. Make it thicker and narrower. Okay? And I'm showing Alyssa's here. She has her Play-Doh spread out in the bottom of her cup. Okay, now y'all need to choose which direction you want the shell to make an impression. Do you want the bottom of the shell, or do you want the top of the shell, or do you want the end of the shell, or whatever? So whatever you want the impression to be, that's the direction you need to turn your shell. Okay? Once you have your shell positioned, you have to choose one thing. Once you have your shell positioned, press your shell down firmly into the Play-Doh. Press it down firmly.
It barely fits in the bowl. Okay, I have it pressed down firmly.
Okay. After it's pressed down firmly, then pull the shell straight up, and you should see an impression in your Play-Doh.
Oh, Play-Doh came up with it.
Okay? If you are not satisfied with, that's okay, just carefully pull it off the Play-Doh. If you're not satisfied with how yours looks, you can re-knead your Play-Doh, put it back in there again, and try again. But if you think it looks like you want it to, then leave it. Okay? This type of impression, like you see here, this would be a type of fossil called a mold. Okay? Now, we're going to put plaster of Paris in your mold after you get it looking like you want it to. And then tomorrow we will show what the cast looks like. So we'll have a part 2 to this video.